Mickey Talks.
Well, I'll tell you what. I don't know if I'm on the air or not. I'm by myself today, as I told everyone. It's going to be an interesting show. I have no idea how this is going to go. And I am winging it. So forgive me while I check real quick to make sure that we're on and this show is actually happening. It's what happens when you're at ground level trying to build something and your partner had a prearranged date today. We're on. Hi, everybody. It's Mickey Talks. It's episode 65, brought to you by Barnes Paving. Now, listen, Barnes Paving, I got to tell you a story. Met him today to look at a job and could not have been nicer. Met with Doug himself to look at something, the best. And I know now firsthand how they work. Incredible, awesome. BARNES paving.com. If you need any paving needs at all, get up and see them. And please mention Mickey Talks and get 10% off. Now, normally I have Matt here, but like I said earlier, Matt had a kind of a prearranged or a pre-booked date. We knew this when we started the show, so he can't be here today, but I didn't want to not do the show. And then I had trouble finding a co-host that made sense. And so I said, well, I'm going to come up here today and we're just going to do it. And we're going to go from there. So this is the start of the show. I'm going to do the news right now, just like Matt. I'm going to do both of them. It's probably going to be awful. So let's just see how it works. So there's a man facing jail time for creating a chalk crosswalk. Yep. Listen, Charlottesville, Virginia, Kevin Cox has gained a reputation as an outspoken advocate for pedestrians. One of the intersections he has a major issue with is at Elliott Avenue and 2nd Street Southeast, where a woman was killed last year while trying to cross the street. After pleading for the city to paint a crosswalk, there'd been no action taken. So Cox took matters into his own hands and created one using chalk. Well, he was contacted by the police, and on Wednesday, he had to turn himself in. He's now facing a misdemeanor charge of intentional destruction of property, up to 12 months in jail, and a fine of $2,500. Now, I just see stories like this. By the way, all these stories, I haven't read one of them yet. Matt handed these to me yesterday and said, read these tomorrow if you want. Haven't even looked at them. But that story right there, a lady gets killed. Guy paints a crosswalk because the city doesn't want to pay for it. And now he's the criminal. Got it. I don't know where the hell this country's going, but it's weird. It'd be like this, I think. Imagine this. Imagine you driving down the road and you look over and you see a big hole in the road. And you go home and you get a bunch of dirt and you fill the hole up so that nobody falls in it or crashes into it. And then they arrest you. Weird. All right, Mel Brooks, who in my opinion is definitely on the Mount Rushmore of comedy. He is to reprise a new role, Spaceballs 2. That's right, Spaceballs 2. We also know that Mel Brooks is returning to reprise the role as Yogurt. Parody, of course, of Yoda from Star Wars. But that's not all. Rick Moranis and Bill Pullman are also coming back. And apparently there was like a big deal in Hollywood when he announced he was doing it. Like everybody wanted to come in, like every A-list actor, because they think it might be Mel Brooks' last movie, because I think he's like 100-something now. We're really close to it. And, life is life. So everybody's trying to get in it. But I can't wait for it. 2027, if you're a Mel Brooks fan, you can't wait. And there's a lot of people that only know Spaceballs about Mel Brooks, but do a little homework. Maybe one of the funniest movie makers of all time. Incredible. Eric Dane has lost use of one arm. I don't know who this guy is. Some guy lost an arm. Oh, he's on Euphoria. He lost all use of his right arm and that he expects to lose the use of his left hand soon. Apparently, he described the scary moment, what he learned. He can no longer swim. I don't know what happened. Really doesn't say what. Oh, wait. He jumped in the ocean and realized I couldn't swim. I couldn't generate enough power to get back to the boat. I thought, oh my God. And then I realized in that moment, I'm not safe in the water anymore. He was once a competitive swimmer and competed in water polo. Oh, I apologize. I didn't see this part of the story. He's got ALS. I apologize. I didn't read these things first. But that's awful. I feel really bad for that guy. You should look him up. If you can help in any way, help that guy. That's really awful. United Airlines passenger greeted with "Flight Bite Me One" on video screens. When a recent United Airlines flight, passengers flying to Chicago learned that their flight number had been changed. Once seated, passengers could see on their video screens that the new flight number was BITEME1, Bite Me 1, with an arrival time of 8:34 a.m. United hasn't commented on the flight number change, but it's speculated that could have been the handiwork of a ground staff member who I believe now should run the marketing for the company. Do not fire that person. He's a genius. We just talked about your dumb airline. All right. The United Launch Alliance, no idea, scrubbed its planned launch of Amazon's Project, I guess, Kuiper on Monday. The Atlas rocket was set to blast off from Cape Canaveral, but the mission was called off due to bad weather. The goal is to send over 24 satellites into low Earth orbit to expand internet access around the world. Huh. I think, didn't Elon already do that with Starlink? I guess the Amazon version. You guys realize pretty soon, it's literally you're going to pay 3 bills. One person will own like all the internet stuff, Wi-Fi, connection, everything. Another person will own all the energy and all the gas and all that will be one bill. And then like food and all, it's weird what's happening. Good news is none of us are going to have to do anything, I don't think. This AI stuff, counting on it. Those hummingbirds outside your window, well, you might be murdering them, bird lovers. Are you accidentally murdering all those hummingbirds in your yard? Well, Vox.com did an article on how nobody cleans their feeder enough. You should be cleaning it, changing the liquid every day or two. Otherwise, they could get a deadly bacterial or fungal infection. Yeah, you know what? I'm not doing this. It's not what I do. I don't do this stuff. I comment on things. So here's what I'm going to do. Today, we're going to do a shorter version of the show because you see why. Let me see if I can get Natalie. And we're going to talk to Natalie. She is the owner and the one whose name we all know. Can you tell Natalie we're ready for her? Yeah. Thank you. Natalie's going to come walking over here. Now, Natalie, we're at Natalies Seafood Kitchen, is the wife of Zach, who owns the local up here and who opened this restaurant a short time ago. If you're new to the show, we were here the opening night. We were so proud to be a part of it. And I haven't really got to know Natalie. Obviously, those that know I know Zach and Lou, the other owners, but I never really got to know Natalie. So they've been so nice in helping us and being a sponsor. I just want to take a couple minutes and get to know her. So here she comes. I can see her in the background there. She's running up. Yes, Natalie, we are on the air.
What is going on?
Have a seat. Grab that mic there. Just hold it just like I'm doing.
Right.
That's it.
Come on.
So get comfortable. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. First of all, incredible success.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I mean, it's really.
I can't believe it. Look at this freaking place.
It's unbelievable.
It's like you're at the beach, but you're not actually at the beach.
Yeah, that's the incredible thing. Like Matt and I talk about it all the time, but the truth is, until you're actually here and sitting here, you just lose track of where you are.
Yep.
You're like at a red light.
Yep.
At
Exactly.
Mountain Road and Bel Air Road, but everything disappears.
If you look past that palm tree right there, we're actually in a parking lot.
Yeah, we're in a parking lot. But you lose focus of all that, and
Yeah.
it's really beautiful.
Yeah.
So, Natalie, I described as you were walking up, you're Zach's wife.
Yep.
You guys are partners along with Lou, as far
Yep.
as I know. Is
Yep.
that the ownership team here?
We actually have some other investors
Gotcha.
and some just local Falston, good people, good
Yeah.
families. So they come around here a lot. They're,
Yeah.
and they supported us. They saw our vision with this and they supported it. So yeah, we do have some other investors.
I would imagine no complaints so far from
No,
anyone.
definitely
right?
not.
Yeah. The other thing is, I don't know if people know how hard it is to open a restaurant.
No.
But to open it and then be packed.
Yeah.
Every night.
Every day.
Since you've been open.
It was like we did soft openings prior to May 1st that were controlled. So it was great for training and everything. Yeah. But May 1st was a Thursday. That was our grand opening. So we knew like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it was going to be, slammed.
You didn't expect Monday, Tuesday,
no,
Wednesday.
We wake up Monday. Zach and I look at each other and I'm like, oh, thank God it's Monday. Like we can catch up on a few things. And it was just balls to the wall every day after that. It's amazing. It really is.
So the interesting thing is, I know Zach's history. Zach, learned the kitchen from the bottom up.
Yep.
How did you end up in this business? First of all, you didn't grow up around here, right? Where are you from?
From Jersey.
You're a Jersey
girl.
What part of Jersey did you grow up?
So I grew up in North Jersey, Morris County. Denville is actually the town. And then
what exit?
145 off the Parkway.
There we
or
go.
143.
Got it.
And then I moved down here with a friend I must have been 21. I think I just turned 21. And I just started working in restaurants around here because it's what I knew. And, we had that. It's what I knew, and it was an easy job to get into. And I actually started going to school, like taking some college classes. And I'm like, I don't want to do this. And so I didn't end up finishing college. I just stayed in restaurants, and I'm like, sales, that's what I'd be good at.
Yeah.
So I started to gear myself more towards sales, but I always led myself back to the restaurant industry.
Yeah.
And I ended up I worked at a bar restaurant in Bel Air for 4 years, and I loved it there. And then Zach and I started dating, and he had this vision with the local. He had always talked about it, called Local Boy. That's what he wanted to call it. And we bought into a catering company during COVID. Up in Elkton, and he like blew it up. I mean, it took this catering company that wasn't doing any business and built like a bistro out front. It was like 2 guys in the kitchen and him and another guy. I was doing like events with them when I wasn't working my other job. And it was this vision that he had. And we did an event for the landlord at our local in Falston.
Yeah.
And he fell in love with Zach, and he's like, I got this it was an empty Pizza Hut. And he brought me there. It looked like the Pizza Hut literally got up and left.
There's in the middle of a shift.
There's trash still in the trash cans. And he's like, this is the restaurant. It was like a takeout counter. There was no bar. And I'm like, this is I was like, okay, whatever you want. And we did it. They built a bar, and it was
amazing.
It was cool. It was cool to see the vision come out.
So let's cut to this place. Whose idea originally was this?
Well, it kind of came out of nowhere. I mean, he had talked about, I'm a big seafood person.
Sure.
Like, we go out to a casual lunch and I ask if they have a lobster on the menu. Like, that's what I eat.
Right.
And I've always been, it's not even fancy. I just love me some lobster.
Right.
And I've always been like that. He always jokes with me about it. And he said if he could, he always has these concepts. So he has like an Italian concept in his head. And he said, if we had a seafood restaurant, I would want to name it after you. And I'm like, you'd never name a restaurant after me. Like, that's crazy.
And damn if he didn't, right?
And this came out of nowhere. Like, we didn't know that this was coming about.
Right. That's the thing that's crazy about this. So like, if I would have talked to you guys 7 months ago, nothing. Well, maybe 7 months, but really probably not.
He maybe had the idea in his head, but nothing, like, not
no
here.
Building, there was no location,
nothing. And we were looking at places in like Owings Mills, and I was gonna support him in whatever we do, but I wasn't really keen on being that far away because we're just so involved in these restaurants, and it just would have taken a toll. So, I mean, I'll be honest, we probably would have had another restaurant further away if this didn't come about.
I know Zach is incredibly talented in the kitchen, and I know that outside of this place, he's a wonderful guy.
Yeah.
Is it hard to work with your husband? Because I know he's very particular, and that's why he's so successful.
Yeah.
Is it hard for you to put his, lack of a better word, his expertise in one area and his husbandry in another. Can you do that?
Think,
and can he do that for you?
I think now we do a really good job
Yeah.
with it. In the beginning, I think the hardest part for me, because he's so good at what he does and he's so
Right.
detail oriented in particular. And like, I came from restaurants that weren't
Right.
as detail oriented.
Right.
So like I would, I'd be eating a snack behind the bar and he'd yell at me and I'm like, I want to be like, screw you.
Right.
Am
Yeah.
I allowed to curse on here?
You can say anything you want, honey. But no, so right, but he's a stickler for that stuff.
But that's what makes him so good.
Yes.
So in the beginning, it was hard for me I'd argue back with him in front of people.
Right.
And I quickly learned, not from him, like he would take it and then we could talk about it later.
Right.
But I quickly learned that's not the way to do business. You know, like we need to be on the same page and we can argue it out in the back later. And
who's right more than often, you or him?
I cannot believe I'm saying this, but probably him.
You're a unicorn.
When it comes to the restaurant,
for a fact you're female, and you just said he's right more than you. Oh my God, this was a miracle.
Can we take this out? Can we
no,
take
this
that
is
part
live,
out?
Natalie. Live, Zach.
I hope he's not watching.
Oh, Zach, you're the hero of all men. I love it. No, Natalie, you know what's cool about this too is for me, I'm a guy that I'm a dreamer.
Yeah.
That's what I am.
Definitely.
I'm a dreamer. I wear it on my sleeve.
Yep.
And I love to watch other dreamers dream.
Yep.
And when they're dreaming and it's working, the amount of joy I have to watch someone live their dream is incredible. So this is special for me in a lot of ways because, well, you're supporting me and having me here, that kind of stuff. But watching you guys, and then to take it a little bit deeper and get a little mushy for a second, I know Zach's history and his struggles.
Yep.
I know what he's been through.
Yep.
To see you guys do it together as a couple, overcome things you have, work through things you're working through. I just want you to know all the bullshit, all the yelling, all the screaming. At the end of the day, it's all working.
Yeah, we work our asses off, and we're so passionate about it.
I know.
And there's just nothing better. Like I haven't seen as much joy in my life than I have in the last 5 years building this with him, and it's just cool. So I appreciate it.
It's funny, man. It's funny that you talk about the details and I've always been very lucky in what I do. I can do it very sloppily, and it works either way. But as you try to do, as I'm trying to build this network and trying to get people to advertise, and I'm realizing how important it is to do those little tiny details, which I suck at. Yeah. But I think you're pretty good at it, aren't you?
Thanks. I try. Well, I've gotten way better at it. I
mean, go ahead and say it. I mean, you did say Zach's right more than you are, but you
can't. You're not allowed to repeat that.
No, listen, but I'll let you say it. You're the one holding everybody together, aren't you?
Yes, I will say. I bring him down.
Right?
I level him. We're a really freaking good team because he's very and he's a dreamer, right? Which is great. Yeah. But I'm more a realist.
Every now and then you gotta hit the snooze button.
you gotta hit it a little.
Yeah.
But it works. Like our personalities work. I'm very patient and calm with him, and I just support him in everything he does. And,
it's incredible. Well, I'll tell you what, Natalie, what you guys have done, I mean, it's really phenomenal. It is so great to watch, and and anybody even in the area, please come up. Natalie, it was great chatting with you. Anything you want to promote? Anything you can think of coming up or
you're
whatever?
Putting me on the spot.
I know. Let me think.
Well, I guess 4th of July weekend, we have a killer lineup of bands all weekend. And we're actually going to be open at the local across the street in Fallston too. Awesome. So 4th of July, So
right through the night.
Are you
going to be open July 4th?
Yes, we're open July 4th, both locations.
So like a regular night here, 10 o'clock. Yeah, people are out, whatever. Yeah, cool. Yeah, so we'll have some good bands here, some great specials over at the local. Get a good meal, So awesome. Well, Natalie, thank you so much.
You, my friend.
Awesome. You can set it down. Right. That is Natalie from Natalie's Seafood Kitchen here in Fallston. And you know what, guys? It's funny. I wish I had somebody I talked to and I could do this show longer today, but I don't want to do a bad show, and I don't want to do a show that's not normally up to speed. But I wanted you guys to meet her. It's a really cool story. what her and Zach and Lou up here as well have been able to do, and the way the community has come together for them and supporting it. But they're giving it back, believe me. The food and the atmosphere is incredible. So a couple things, though, I want to just talk about before I end everything. Some shows coming up. July 19th, I will be at the Gray Manor Inn down in Dundalk. And if you want to go to that show, it's on my webpage somewhere. A lot of stuff happening. The Comedy Club, Hammer Jokes, a lot going on with that. I don't have the ability right now to discuss some things because it's just waiting on a couple details, but that is straight ahead. And this show continues to grow. Sponsors are coming on board. People are taking interest. And sincerely, everyone, it's just you guys. You guys have done this for us. And I don't know what to say. I just hope the show's entertaining and enjoyable. There's so many great things we want to do and so many different things we're going to attempt to do. And hope you guys enjoy the ride. Thanks, everyone. Natalie's Seafood Kitchen is right here, 2315 Bel Air Road. Get up here, hang out, do your thing. It's amazing here. Tonight, incredible entertainment every night, 7 nights a week, live entertainment. It's awesome. Get here. We'll see everybody back Monday at 5. It's going to be great. See you guys soon.